Welcome back, dear friends, to Happy Toon Cool, where magical adventures and heartwarming stories await you. Today, we invite you to join us on a whimsical journey, a tale of friendship, courage, and the quest for home. Gather around and listen closely, for this is the enchanting story of the lost duo, the journey home of Yellow Cat and Gray Mouse. Once upon a time, in a bustling village, nestled at the edge of an ancient, whispering forest, lived a curious little cat with a golden coat named Mao Vang. Yellow Cat. His fur glistened like sunlight through autumn leaves, and his eyes sparkled with boundless curiosity. Not far away, in a cozy burrow beneath the roots of an old oak tree, lived Chuot Zam, Gray Mouse, a clever and quick-witted creature with fur the color of rain clouds and a heart full of dreams. Though different in many ways, Yellow Cat and Gray Mouse shared a secret bond. They were the best of friends, united by their love for exploration and their longing to see what lay beyond the familiar fields and fences of their home. Each day, they would meet beneath the old oak tree, sharing stories of their dreams and plans for grand adventures. One bright morning, as the dew still glistened on the grass and the village echoed with the chirping of birds, Yellow Cat bounded up to the oak tree, his tail flicking with excitement. He had heard of a hidden glen deep within the forest, a place said to be filled with wonders and secrets, where the sun painted rainbows on the mist and the air was sweet with the scent of wildflowers. Gray Mouse's eyes widened at the tale. "Let's go there together," she squeaked. And so, with hearts pounding and paws tingling, the unlikely pair set off on their great adventure, determined to find the magical glen and return home before sunset. They skipped through fields of golden wheat, darted past fluttering butterflies, and laughed as the wind tugged at their fur. But the forest, with its towering trees and tangled shadows, was more mysterious than they had imagined. The deeper they wandered, the less familiar the path became. The sunlight faded, and the songs of birds were replaced by the soft rustle of leaves. Suddenly, Yellow Cat paused. Yes, his ears twitched. "Do you remember which way we came?" he asked, glancing at Gray Mouse. Gray Mouse looked around, her whiskers quivering. The trees all looked the same, and the winding trails seemed to twist and turn in endless circles. They were lost. For a moment, fear crept into their hearts, but Yellow Cat remembered the stories his grandmother had told him. Stories of bravery, hope, and the magic of friendship. "We'll find our way home," he said, his voice steady. "As long as we're together, nothing can stop us." With that promise, they journeyed deeper into the forest, guided by courage and the light of their friendship. Along the way, they met many wondrous creatures. First, they encountered a wiz-old owl perched high in a tree. His feathers were silver, and his eyes gleamed with ancient wisdom. "To find your way home," the owl hooted, "you must follow the path of kindness. Help those you meet, and the forest will guide you." Thanking the owl, Yellow Cat and Gray Mouse pressed on. Soon, they heard a faint buzzing and discovered a family of bees in distress. Their hive had fallen, and the honeycomb was scattered across the forest floor. Without hesitation, Yellow Cat gently nudged the honeycomb pieces together, while Gray Mouse gathered the fallen bees and comforted them. Working side by side, they restored the hive and watched as the grateful bees buzzed around them in joyful celebration. As a thank you, the queen bee gave them a golden petal, shining and warm. "This will light your path in the darkest woods," she said, her voice soft as summer breezes. Grateful, the friends continued their journey. They crossed bubbling brooks and climbed over mossy logs. When night fell, the forest grew cold, and shadows danced between the trees. Yellow Cat shivered, and Gray Mouse huddled close. Just then, the golden petal began to glow, casting a gentle light that showed them a safe path through the darkness. They followed its glow, hearts warmed by the memory of their kindness. As dawn approached, they stumbled upon a clearing where a family of fireflies flickered like tiny stars. But the littlest firefly was missing. Her glow was faint, and she was lost in a thicket of brambles. Gray Mouse squeezed through the narrow branches, her tiny paws reaching for the trembling firefly. Yellow Cat carefully untangled the thorns, freeing the frightened creature. Together, they led her back to her family, who danced around them in a sparkling circle of gratitude. The fireflies rewarded their bravery with a single, shimmering feather from the legendary phoenix bird. "Carry this feather, and your courage will never fade," they whispered. With the golden petal and the phoenix feather, Yellow Cat and Gray Mouse pressed on, their spirits high. Still, their journey was not yet over. In the heart of the forest, they found a river, wide and swift, blocking their path home. Yellow Cat tried to leap across, but the river was too wide. Gray Mouse searched for a bridge, but none could be found. As they pondered their dilemma, a gentle deer approached, her eyes kind and wise. "Sometimes you must trust others and ask for help," she said. Moved by their plight, the deer lowered her back, inviting them to climb on. With careful steps, she carried them across the river, her hooves barely making a sound. On the other side, the friends thanked the deer, and she smiled. "Your journey is almost at an end, but remember, every friend you meet, every kindness you show, weaves the magic that leads you home." With new hope, Yellow Cat and Gray Mouse hurried on. They passed through sunlit meadows and beneath rainbow arches of wildflowers. At last, they recognized the ancient oak tree, the very place where their adventure began. With joyful hearts, they ran to their homes, greeted by their families and friends who had been worried and searching for them all night. They shared the treasures of their journey, the golden petal, the phoenix feather, and the memories of every creature they helped and every lesson they learned. The adventure had changed them. Yellow Cat's golden fur now seemed to shine even brighter, reflecting the sunlight of kindness he had shared. Gray Mouse's eyes sparkled with wisdom and courage, proof that even the smallest heart can hold the greatest strength. The village gathered to hear their tale, and the wise old owl flew overhead, proud of the friends he had guided. The bees hummed a sweet song, the fireflies twinkled in the twilight, and the gentle deer watched from the edge of the forest, her heart full of joy. From that day forward, Yellow Cat and Gray Mouse were known as heroes, not because they had found their way home, but because they had discovered the true magic of friendship, that together anything is possible, and that every act of kindness lights the way, even in the darkest of forests. As the stars twinkled above, and the village settled into a peaceful sleep, Yellow Cat and Gray Mouse curled up beneath the old oak tree, thankful for their journey and the friends they made along the way. And so, dear friends, our story comes to a gentle close. But before we say goodbye, let us remember the lesson of Yellow Cat and Gray Mouse. No matter how lost we feel, when we hold on to hope, help others, and trust in our friends, we will always find our way home. Thank you for joining us on this magical adventure. If you enjoyed this story, please consider subscribing to Happy Toon Cool to discover more heartwarming tales and incredible journeys. Your support helps us create more stories that inspire kindness, courage, and the joy of friendship. Until next time, may your days be filled with wonder, your hearts with kindness, and your paths always lit by the magic of friendship. See you soon!